It's Online Biz Real Talk today, and I have some incredible guests here and behind stage. The spotlight is on Ciro today. I think he's absolutely going to love that. So we're interviewing Ciro, and the subject is how a construction worker can earn 12K in just 5 weeks. So that's the subject today. And everyone's going to ask him some personal questions, how he succeeded so quick, how he got here. This is my business partner, Magic, and very good friend from Clements, BC. We're going to introduce you in a little bit. You're going to ask Ciro some good questions, right?
Sure.
Sure. He came to visit all the way from Kamloops and with his beautiful children.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. Paulo, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here, you guys. And I can't wait to ask my question to Ciro. And yeah, congrats, Ciro, for making such good money being a construction worker. And before I start, I'm Paulo Perlez. My background's Filipino. Grew up in Calgary. Currently live in Vancouver, and I'm a registered nurse. I work as an oncology clinical trials nurse, and I also do this business. I started about 5 years ago. And my question for Ciro is. I know with construction, it's hard physical labor, and you're working long hours. You're working like weekdays, weeknights. Like you basically go where the work is. And so now that you're not doing the construction stuff, like how was it like the transition of going from construction worker to doing the business?
Well, thank you, Paulo. I gotta say, I still wake up at 6 a.m. and I can't sleep past that hourly. At first, the transition was, I'll tell you the truth, I was very fit when I used to be working in construction. I got a little bit more weight because I don't do as much, right? But it was amazing actually, the transition, because from working in the rain, in the snow, in the hot weather, in dirty, broken clothing, to being dressed up in a suit and basically have all the time in the world to do your dreams, what you love to do. It basically it was amazing. It changed my whole perspective of life, the view of everything. This business worked so good that in just 5 weeks, in 4 weeks, I said to my boss, "Hey, I'm not really gonna work again." So it was probably the best moves I made in my life. It was a little hard at the beginning because there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of MLMs and stuff out there that you shouldn't like. You go in and they'll probably strip all your money and stuff.
MLMs are not scams, by the way, but they're not easy. That people like. It is true. MLMs taught people like you won't exceed the person. The person above you gets 33% or whatever percentage, and you have to meet a quota. You can lose your business. You can, I've heard of these things. I haven't been in one, but what I've read, it's not like this business. So you're your own business owner. You work at your own pace.
Yeah, there's like once like when I started this business about 9 months ago, I was amazed. I said, "Wow, this business, there's a chance that I could stop working for the rest of my life." She said I would do it in 6 months.
No, I said 3 months.
3 months.
You said 6 months.
I said 6 months around, right? But it took me 4 weeks. Called my boss and I said, I don't think this is for me. I'm gonna try something else. And he was a very nice guy. He said, if you're thinking of doing something and you don't do it, later in life you're gonna kick your butt. Just because you didn't try.
I heard he put it on speaker and he was like, "This is my fiance, and she has this business, and I took a leap of faith and I started it, and I'm making what I made in one day. Would have took me a week to make it in construction." And
yeah,
I was surprised at his answer because they all loved Ciro and they didn't want to lose him.
Yeah. So to answer that question, Paolo, that transition was pretty. It's a no-brainer. You rather work in your house at your own time with a suit on and in a warm place, or do you want to go trade your time for money? Like you're gonna go, trading your time for money, and then when you're old, they say, well, you can't trade your time. Now we're gonna retire you. But guess what? You're 85 years old.
Well, you're skipping the part, and I think Paulo's wanted to know, like, the transition. I'm with him. I was with him. It wasn't easy for him to transition from being in a small little house and routine, and and then all of a sudden he transitioned to this business, and he kind of
that
lost
life
himself.
life changes.
Yeah, he lost himself. He's like, I don't know what to do. He didn't know what to do with himself because he had so much time
I
on his
spent
hands.
6 months playing golf,
And
and
it kind of messed with him.
and I
And
said,
then
I
he
need to
was
go.
like,
I need to go do
you need to
something.
do something. So then you started to
And I started,
follow your dream and
follow my dreams.
gigs and
Right now, like I play trumpet in the streets, guys, and I have all the time in the world because my business in the back is running. It just runs because you set up your ads, and your ads run for you. You wake up in the morning, you get leads, you get your buyers. The business runs for you. I mean, the transition was hard because I was not comfortable. I was not used to not working every day, 12 hours a day, and lifting heavy 4x6, 12 footers, or running up around in the snow and the rain. I wasn't used to doing something much easier. But from doing something that's really up there and strong, and then doing something that's super easy, your body has a hard time getting used to it.
all right. Thank you for that answer, Figos. All right. Did you want to add anything to that, Paulo?
No, that was a really great answer. Thanks, Zero, for that. And my mom's watching too. So, my mom.
Oh, hi, Paulo's mom. You did a very good job on raising him. He's incredible. Mwah. All right. Okay, Aaliyah, did you want to ask Tito a question? Did you have anything in mind?
Yeah. Hi, Tito, and hi, everyone else. My name is Alia Atif. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I am a mom of three, and by profession, I'm a teacher. Um, I just wanted to ask Tito. So, money is a big part of doing this business because it's fulfilling, it's rewarding. But how rewarding it is on a personal basis, like how rewarding it is for you as a person to be in this business and enjoy the benefits of this business. Thank you.
Well, how rewarding is it? It's beyond rewarding because you have this business. First of all, you got time, and time is all we have. And like the first week, the first day that I got into this business, I made what I used to make in 12 hours a day, 2 weeks. I made it in one day. So I made $3,000 in one day, basically.
What did you do?
I said to
To girl
myself,
place.
what, like, how am I gonna get used to this, right? But in a way, it was rewarding because apart from that, in this business, you get to learn how you grow in yourself. Also, you get to learn if you're a shy person, you get to learn that you don't have to be shy to be around others, to speak in a camera. It teaches you so much about the mm, the internet. It teaches you so much about the platforms there is. This business, I mean, rewarding. It has to all the benefits in the world to reward you because in this business, you make friends, you make family members, you even make friends from family members. You stay with them for the rest of life. You can learn so much from other people. Yeah, and it's super rewarding. Oh yeah. Uh,
Thank you, Paolo. Yeah, because that's what I was looking at. It also is rewarding by growing your personality into something that you were not there. So it takes you from point A to point B. And thank you very much, Paolo, for your answer.
yeah. Thank you. Um,
Oh, Tito, sorry,
yeah,
Tito. Thank you, Tito, for your answer. Sorry.
okay. All right. Moving on to Stefan. Okay. Stefan, you wanna
Sorry, I don't have much to say. You just, how can I say? I'm just hearing you what you say, so I don't have really much except details. But I understand the adaptation. You were really, as before, you were stretched in the time frame. Now you have like too much time, so I don't know what to add to it. So I guess it's a gradual adaptation. I don't know, but
yeah, yeah, for me.
I just want to say maybe comment. You felt you have too much free time, so how did you? What can I say? You need some kind of a vision of how am I gonna manage my time and not feel useless. I guess you struggle with that. I don't know. Did you struggle with the feeling of emptiness because you were not working so hard as usually? Is this how you feel it? Did you
Well,
have a sense of emptiness inside of you because you have so much free time?
the thing is that when, like, you notice how the world goes, right? When
Mm,
like some people, uh, like when I started getting so much free time, there wasn't much to do either because everybody that I knew, when I had my free time, everybody that I knew was working. So basically, I was still alone. So with all that free time that I had, I could go play golf every day. I could do,
But he was alone because everyone
you
was
know,
working. He's like, come to
exactly.
my house. Let's do it. They're like, we're working.
But people were working. But everybody
We're
has their
busy.
job, their 9 to 5, right? So basically, I felt kind of lonely in a way because I wasn't just following the same way to the world. But then
mhm,
I never thought, like, for example, like playing the trumpet now. Like I should have done that. Like I didn't have that. Like maybe it just throws you off a little bit when you have too much time. In It throws you off from the thinking what you want to do.
You need a wife to tell you what to do.
So in a way,
you need a fiance to tell you what are you doing. You need to stop, wasting your time. Even though you're making a lot of money online, why don't you do something beneficial? Why don't you go? Because I did push him. I said, why don't you go play your music and go make some money? Like you can literally make a ton of money still doing your music.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. I just want to sing. I'm like, well, go.
yeah.
Go.
And then,
If you're just sitting around doing nothing, right? You forgot about your dream. So don't
mm.
forget why you start this business, because if you forget why you start
Yeah.
this business, it begins to be like, whatever, money's coming in.
the why,
And you got to have a why.
yeah, the why
What
is
is
really really important.
What is your
Mhm.
magic back in there? What is your passion? Why are you starting this business? Because if you have that passion, that fire in you, you will still continue to boom. And not only that, you will be happy. Sorry, I'm taking over what he
Yeah, no, it's good. I like the hand. I mean,
Yeah.
it throws you off a little bit, but then once you're centered, like, hey, you have all the time in the world to do anything. And like when I started this business, I thought it was gonna be just some extra income, right, and have my job at the same time. No, guys, this is, if you're thinking about moving into the online world, you move into the online world by 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 having the goal of quitting your job, quitting your 9 to 5, so you have your time. Because like right now, I want to work on my business. I don't really want to. Well, I don't work on my business. But if we're going, we might go hiking. Guess what?
We are going.
I'm taking my phone with me. I can work. I can work while I'm hiking, but it's not work when you go in there and you
while
punch hours.
gliding in the air.
You just
What do you call it?
you just you
Power
post.
gliding. That's what I was gonna say.
You just post something, and that's basically work. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You dressed up nice. You're wearing cologne, and you're not underneath the rain pouring concrete with a huge, hose of concrete here. Everything's so heavy. No, this is amazing. The transition was hard to get used to it. Well, guess what? Now I'm used to it. Uh, I need to do something, right? Because you can't just, like, the minute you stop from doing something, and you're always going, your body is gonna, it's gonna fall, right? So you need to keep going. But you can use, instead of using the time to go to work and trading it for money, do something with your life. Do something, follow your dreams. Don't ever forget about your dreams. With this business, I can follow my dreams, and very soon I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be getting millions and millions of dollars, and then I can actually help the world, help the poor. those are my
Passion.
my passions. I love giving bread to the poor people. Love it. It makes me feel so good. And then I go and I sing to them. It just gives you a double. So time is all we have, guys. And this business kind of minimizes the time that you put into other places than you have to yourself.
Mhm.
Did you want to add anything, Stefan?
Oh, that's good. That's pretty. What I retain from he says, like, if I can summarize what he says, like, he had a life center around work, and now the center of his interest changed. This is what I get from what you're saying. Now you find your true center, and you're moving with this. If I may say
Exactly.
so, you know.
Exactly. You can always follow your dreams when you're in construction, right? But then you have to go to sleep at a certain time, to wake
Yeah,
up at a certain time, and you're doing the same routine every day. But with
yeah.
this business, you don't have
That's
to wake up at
that's
6
what I feel. I mean, the rat race. I give myself a schedule until next spring. I will give up my work. I'm really focused. I'm working, but it takes time. I have to be patient.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, also like me, when I started this business, I seen that it works because I mean, first of all, I seen it works because of her. She's a mom of 5 kids, and we weren't together at the time. She was a mom of 5 kids. She started the business 3 years ago, and she's living by herself in a huge house. And all she did was spend time in her computer. So basically, I asked, and I was amazed. I was like, "How? Why aren't you at work? Why I always see you in the videos?" And she told me about it, and I said, "Well, it's funny. People want to see if it works, but she's a mom of 5, and she was doing it without the help of her ex.
Yeah,
They weren't even paying. They weren't even paying child support. They weren't even nothing. She was doing it all herself. So my thing is, how hard to believe is that? That's not hard to believe, guys. This business works. The business runs for you. So yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
good. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan.
God bless you. Thank you, Stefan. Now, this wonderful dad, Peter, he has 5 kids like us. Peter, why don't you introduce yourself for us if you can, and then ask Tito a question you might have for him. Oh, you can unmute yourself. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay, there you go. Go on.
Yeah, I'm Peter Friesen, and I am a father of 5 kids, and I'm a truck driver. So, yeah, usually most of the time's home at night. So sometimes I'm away, and I don't know if I really have any questions because basically other people asked already, so that gave me answer kind of what I was wondering, right? So, yeah, I don't know really what to ask right now.
No problem. I want to ask you something. How do you find time to work on your business with your 5 children? You're always
Uh,
with.
Yeah, I can do it while sometimes when I'm on the road.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere waiting for to get unloaded or reload, whatever. Sometimes we got like an hour or two wait there, so then that gives me time to do stuff, right?
Yeah. I
So,
really am very inspired by you. And even when we hung up on him, Tito's like, how does he do it? How is he so patient? You're so patient, calm, and
Super
yeah,
tranquil,
you're a very
and
good dad.
it's really hard. It's for me. I'm always have the problem. I want to go everything now, Nate. Right? So
Yeah.
everything's supposed to be now and then move on, right? Not to, but everything has their own pace. And so yeah,
yeah,
and I have to accept that I have to go step by one step at a time. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's basically the way, right? One step at a time. I wanted to say. I always like to say my analogy, right? I have analogies on this business. You know that the fish analogy, no? So
Passionate.
so in this business, it makes you get a whole fabric of fish, right? Everybody in this world wants fish, right? But we in this business, we can't just go and give fish away because when we're gone, who's gonna give fish, right? Who's gonna get you fish? The best thing about this business is this: in this business, we teach you how to fish. So let's say you don't know much about this business. I'm gonna put a time here, make zooms, make ads. You can use it as proxies. meaning that we're going to teach you how to fish so you can get your own fish. Meaning that in this business, everything is possible. Why? Because if you can't see that you can succeed in this business by yourself, you have 200 people, or wait, you have 130,000 people that can help you in this business. And then you have your coaches, you have your mentors, and you have a really nice big training that they give you also to follow until you succeed in this business. And apart from that, in this business, you get to learn so much. You get to move forward in life because you get to do skills that you've never used before. I've always used my hands, and my shoulders and my
So
back.
now you have to use your brain.
And now I gotta use my brain. It's a little harder, but I mean, hey,
The construction worker
I'm good.
model has to start using his brain.
It's now
It's hard. It's hard when you look like this.
I'm
Then you
almost-
have to use your brain.
I almost pass it to her because she's got all the brains. So I mean, I'm not saying that I don't have the brains.
You're smart.
I just use my body.
You don't have to be a genius to start this business. in other
Exactly.
words.
You don't have to be a tech savvy. Basically, okay. I don't know nothing about computers. Did not know nothing about computers. Not even copy and paste. Okay, but now I know the little I know about computers now, and the little know I know about the web and about the platforms and about how you're gonna advertise. Teaches you something about life. Makes you change. It makes you move forward into life. So this business makes you grow in life. It makes you grow in income. It makes you grow in financial. It makes you grow in everywhere possibly. And it's like an investment for your for you. It's an investment for you for the long run. It's not a get rich quick scheme. No. This is a business that you put your time in, and eventually you're gonna see that you're gonna get out. You're gonna get out of it, and then you can come leave. Go get a house like this big. This is a big house. I can run to the side of the house and to the other side. I used to live in a room that was four walls only. And I came here. Look at this. This kitchen is bigger than my own whole house where I used to live.
We live in the kitchen.
We live in the kitchen,
We
basically,
actually-
yeah. And
We're always in the kitchen. That's my two favorite places: the kitchen and the shower area, because it's so beautiful. And yeah, I'm sure as a woman, Aaliyah likes her kitchens and her washrooms where she get beautified and Okay, Magic.
yes,
You're on. So this is your beautiful girl. Introduce yourself for us and ask a question. Tell us a
Well,
little bit about yourself and why you're here.
I joined the business, well, it wasn't a year ago even, in Clements, and I had different goal than Ciro. I know that you're saying that for you it was always to be full-time on it. No, I want to carry on with my career. I've done my training, I've done my learning, and I like it. So for me, it's just a side business. So can you tell something how the transition came? Like you've been still working on the side and you started this business. So this overlapping time, once you've been doing this and that, how you managed to start, be successful, and still carry on with your work.
yeah. I used to hate my job. So he says that construction. I mean, he's an electrician, right?
Well, I'm in service. I love service. It's always different challenges. So
Exactly.
I like it.
But for me, I never liked it. So for me, I wanted either if it was getting out of construction or even just doing a business or getting out of construction doing something else. I wanted to do whatever is possible to do it. So when I got into this business, of course it takes time. It takes time to do the business and still work in construction, because you can't just quit your job right away. You have to work in your business until you're set in your business, until your business have out there and you have it running for you, and then you can quit your job once you start making good income. Well, in this business, I used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Well, guess what? If I had more time now, I'd wake up Instead of 5:30, I wake up at 5. Then I take half an hour on that bus to work on my business. Then I go, and on the lunchtime, it was 15 minutes lunchtime. I would sit in my sikan, and instead of eat my lunch, I would just work on my business. I'd call.
Or he would eat his lunch.
Wow.
I could see all the food in his beard. He would eat his lunch really
while
fast.
while working on the
It was
business.
embarrassing, and he didn't care.
I
He
shadowed
didn't
my
care that there's a pretty girl watching him eat. He just worked on it.
I shadowed my coach, guys.
He came onto the Zooms, and I helped him.
And I started going really hard. I was obsessed with quitting. I wanted to, and every day I was telling her, no, I want to go. I want to leave. I want to do it now. I want to do it tomorrow. And then once I seen it, it was really hard also on the family and people that knew me, because the way I did it, I wasn't very quiet.
And he wanted everybody to start the business.
And I told
I
him
can
that,
understand that, because I went through that. But I told them, they're going to think it's a scam. They're going to think that you want something from them.
Yeah.
Like, you just relax and let them come to you. And
exactly.
see.
The transition was very
Yeah.
hard, Magic, because my family, almost stopped talking to me. People were asking me what was I doing, that I'm crazy. A lot of my cousins were making fun of me constantly. That part for the people, because I guess I was loud. Because when I found that this business works, I said to the whole world, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna become a millionaire. I'm gonna move into a mansion, and I'm gonna do it now. And people were like, they couldn't understand this. And also at the start, it also sounded too good to be true, the way it was. So my family was worried about me, what I'm gonna do. But like it was a hard transition for the way people seen it, and the way I knew it was gonna happen. I had the thought that was gonna happen. I believed that it was gonna happen, and it happened. In 4 weeks, I called he was paying me $37 an hour. He was gonna give me a raise to $37 an hour, and I called him and I said, could this be true? I even had people that asked me, that were telling me, this guy was saying, I don't know if he's watching. If you're gonna be watching me, he's saying to me, in 10 years from now, we're all gonna have a conversation. This was on my last job. And we're all gonna have a conversation about Ciro, that he wanted to become a millionaire, okay? And we're all going to laugh. We're all going to laugh our heads off, and we're all gonna just make fun of him. And then he told me, how about you go to a bridge, you tie a rope around your neck, you tie it to the handle, and you jump, and then you climb up again, and then you just climb up the mountain. It was like he was saying that what you're saying to us is impossible.
You might as well go hang yourself.
You might as well go hang
because
yourself.
You're losing your job.
Because you're losing your mind,
everything.
you're losing your life, you're losing everything.
Yeah, you're letting everything go for a scam.
And
In other words.
those are the kind of things that throw you off life.
Yeah.
When somebody is trying to get somewhere, then someone comes in and throws you down. If you believe him, then you spend your whole life working in a job like that's going to be killing your back every day, and then you won't do anything with your life. But guess what? I didn't listen. I said, I'm going to do it. I don't care if I end up being homeless. I can work. I'm the one that's quitting my job. You're not firing me. I'm quitting my job. I can always come back and work. And you know what? There it is.
Here it is. So, Magic, he kind of answered a little bit without you.
Sorry about it.
No, don't worry. I do have a question. Okay. Now, you've had all the success. You went to the top. Where do you see yourself? Like, you made $12,000 in 5 weeks. As good as the business went for you, and is continuously going for you, where do you see yourself, like, in 5 years from now? What is your plans? Are you still going to do this business? Is it still going to run for you? I know the answers to this, but I would like for you to tell.
The
where
business
you
is
see
still
yourself.
gonna be the business. Once you're a business owner with this business, you're a business owner for life. You can pass it down to your kids. You can pass it down to your grandkids. It's for life. But the thing is that like the business gave me a chance to follow my dreams, guys. So I'm going to tell you the truth, this is where I see myself in 5 years from now. I'm gonna be wearing a suit still. I'm gonna be wearing bigger gold chains than this. I'm gonna be wearing a Rolex. I'm gonna be singing, enjoying my life, and free from all debt. And I'm gonna be helped. Like my whole family is gonna be helped, and my little brother is gonna have a brand new Honda. Like I'm going to help the world. And in 5 years from now, I see myself. We we're gonna be filthy rich, and we're gonna have the money sufficient to help others. We have an idea. She had an idea. It makes me feel good to you know to share that idea. You see, in wherever, if we go do it in Kamloops, if we do it in somewhere else in the world, she already has a foundation that's growing crops in Uganda and Africa. But me, I kind of want to do something like that. You create, you buy yourself a building, a whole building. You make rooms in there. You get people from the streets. You put them in there, and you don't only try to take, their drugs or their addictions out. No, you teach them. You help them with the drugs and addictions. But apart from that, you teach them how to live a life. You teach them music. You teach them dance class. You teach them how to interact with people. You teach them how to be in society, right? And then not necessarily us run it. We let them, the people that actually get cured and they get clean, and then they are part of
I
that.
wonder whose idea this
You let them run it. That's her idea, and that idea, like I love that idea because the other day I was in Quenelles, and hey, it's cold out there
There's
right
no
now.
S in Quinnell.
Quenelles, no?
It's Quinnell.
Quinnell. So I was over there, and we went over there just to help my brother, and there's people with tents along the river, all this native along the river, and I'm thinking, wow, these people live here in the side of the river, it broke me. I'm thinking, well, you know what? Since we have it all, we have everything. Why not just give it away? The more you give, the more you get, obviously, right?
You gotta be
It's-
smart giving it away
Yeah, but I mean, also, if you're careless, God will give you everything too.
though.
If you
listen to
don't
Tito.
care what you give away and you give
Don't
everything
be
away,
careless with your money.
give everything away, guys. You will get everything back. Life will give it to you.
Don't give everything away. Secure yourself.
Yeah, I'm so happy because of this business and the freedom it gives me, and then the learning that I get changed my life, and my life changed. It's obviously you guys can see that it works because it's and we're real. We're not gonna be scamming you. You can go and look us up on Facebook, look us up and everywhere, and we are there. So yeah, I mean,
I love that. Thank you so much. You're so giving and caring.
I know I love giving.
He made a lot of money and he gave a lot of it away. He helped his family. He helped the people around him. He's very good-hearted. He's very sweet.
Yeah.
But what I've learned as the CEO and founder of a foundation, you gotta
keep some too.
No, you have to build up your
empire first.
No, stop cutting me off. You gotta build up your like say crops or housing or whatever the case may be, so these people can live off their land and they can actually like help themselves.
Yes.
If you just
the
give,
fish analogy, right?
yeah, if you just give to them, and if you continue to just give, because believe me, I planted those little givings just to make a noise in the cities so I can get people to come on board and help me to grow the crops, right, for free, for community or a better price. But I've learned that the same way, like this business, you have to build your foundation. We talk about that in the Bible too. You have to build up your foundation and build yourself upon a rock, not upon the sand, right? The house will blow away, right? You build yourself a great foundation and then it builds from there. So in this business, we built a great foundation. Same thing with this foundation for my organization, right? Helping people. I built the foundation. So first we build the crops and we build enough so they can eat, and then eventually make more to sell, and then we get more funding for the foundation, and then you grow even more housing, and then they learn to build housing, and they got to work now, so they're building houses for others. So it's always to build themselves up, to let them live off of their land, and let them. So you got to be smart too about whatever you're trying to invest, or whatever you want to look at in the long term. Just like this business, it may have an investment for your time, effort, and energy, but you're going to make it. See, last night I slept till 4 a.m. Not gonna lie. We had a really, big get together. Magic King with his kids, and then his sister's kids came over, his niece and nephews. There was just all these kids and pizza and fun and this and that. And I took the kids home at like 12:30.
1 o'clock?
Yeah, 12:30. The big kids, because they're teenagers and they kept wanting to stay and watch the movie. So then I came home and I'm thinking, I have to work on my business, and I have to clean still. So I worked on my business. I posted. I worked on my business. I signed those contracts. There was 9 contracts that came out over 10K. That all those contracts I did, and I kept telling you, woo, woo, woo. That was like over. I would say over 14K in sales last night at 4 a.m. Me signing the contracts after we had our whole bunch of fun and everything. Sent the contracts out, and then today I get another buyer. Okay, blowing up like crazy. I put my time into it, guys. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a get-rich scheme. If you put your time in, you're going to see results. If you put a half an hour every other day, you're going to see a little results. If you put, like me, 3-4 hours a night or every other night, and you're like, no matter what, you're like, whatever, we had to get together, but I have to do this because I know money's going to come in. I know I'm going to get those checks. And if I post a little bit, if I do a little bit, if I dish out an ad, I'm going to get a buyer. And that buyer is 4.9K. Like, that's what I make on my sales right now. What do you make on your sales? What are you making hourly? Are you making $20 an hour? Are you making 200 and up a sale?
She makes
a car lot?
$360 an hour.
That's what my business partner did. She did the calculation. She's like, how many hours a day do you work? I said, sometimes 3, sometimes Sundays I don't work. She's like, and how much do you make? So I'm telling her, I make this and this and this. She did a division. She's like, you make like $400 an hour. She's like, you better use your time wisely.
That's what I
with
make.
your business partners and stuff.
Playing trumpet.
I'm like, that's incredible. And I know that each and every one of you are capable. Just believe in yourself. Each and every one of you who are on here today, Magic, believe in yourself.
Magic's doing amazing. He's doing amazing.
So I want to say I love you all. We have to get going. We're going on a hike. He's waiting patiently. He's probably gonna kill me when I'm done. This woman, she always late.
I'm taking the lead. I know.
We used to go hiking all the time with all our friends in Kamloops. Igor, big shout out to Igor and Naomi, my friends and soon-to-be business partners. They're coming back here to visit, and I'm going to help them get all set up. And a few other Christian business partners. We would go, and he was part of the foundation. We would go, and on behalf of the George Williams Foundation, we would give sandwiches to the needy, and on behalf of the church too in Kamloops. Little Little White House, the little lighthouse.
Yeah,
Is that what it was? We used to give it in the prayer room downtown, or was it on the North Shore? So there's a whole bunch of little things we used to do, and we used to go feed the homeless, and then we started going hiking and all these things, and I was always late, and he would, be upset with me. You don't need to get made up to go hiking. I said, I do. I'm going to do a video. But I love you all, and we're going to go for a hike on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. So enjoy your Saturday, guys. I hope this inspired you. If anybody wants more information on where to go to watch our free workshop, where could they go? What's your website, Magic?
www.magicc.com.
Yeah.
Or you can go into Aliyah, www.aliyah.com. No,
AliyahInTheTeeth.com.
InTheTeeth.com. Or Peter?
Yeah.
You wanna
Peter doesn't have his website up. He's so new.
Okay,
So
okay.
If I'm training Peter right now, but if anybody wants Peter, oh my goodness, Peter's so sweet. Reach out to him. Reach out to me, and we'll send you to workshop. Same thing with Steph. www.steph50.ca, and mine is georgiawilliams.ca or Mr. Vivancos.
Yeah.
CiroVivancos.com.
And we'll see you guys on the other side.
If you see this post, let's just make it easier. If you see this post on one of our business partners pages or our page, click the link on this post, or reach out to us, and we'll send you the free workshop that I hosted explaining everything. And I will be your coach, and they will be your mentor, helping you every step of the way. It means that I coach them directly to get you started, and they have also their business running on the background.
Yeah.
So God bless.
God
I love
bless
you
you
all.
guys.
See you on the other side.
Take care. Beat the system.
Bye. Thanks, Tito, for your interview. You did a great job. Thank you.